You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Sports fans, we have been very clear on this channel that Lia Thomas was just the tip of the iceberg. Women's sports has been under attack. It is. Biological men are competing in women's sports and it's growing. Lia Thomas was the tip of the iceberg. And we have said before, if women do not speak up on this, this will destroy their sports. Why should we actually care more about women's sports than the athletes that actually compete? And for the most part, not a lot of women were actually speaking out, I should say, against Lia Thomas until it was too late. When Lia Thomas actually won a NCAA championship in swimming. And then women started complaining. Well, now, guys, we have another Lia Thomas here. And this is in cycling here in Great Britain. Transgender cyclist Emily Bridges to compete in first women's race against gold medalist Laura Kinney. Now, I started to actually shoot the video on this. And then I did a little bit more research, folks. And guess what? Check this out. Trans cyclist Emily Bridges banned from racing at British meeting after UCI ruling. UCI is the governing body. Why, you may ask? Well, that is a good question here. I believe really that it was because there was a lot of backlash with Emily Bridges competing against women. Want to know why, folks? Emily Bridges transitioned a year ago. And just a few weeks ago, folks, check this out. It even says it here. A few weeks ago, Bridges actually defeated men and won a gold at the men's point race at the British Universities Championships. Weeks ago, defeated biological men while on testosterone suppression. Think about that, guys. And this person still beat the men. And the women were not happy whatsoever. The women were pretty vocal about this. Check this out. Debbie Hayton, Emily Bridges, it sucks racing as a man when you're not one. It must suck a lot more to have to race against a man when you're not one. Good point right there. Another person here, Sophia Corcoran. Trans cyclist Emily Bridges will now take part in the female events despite being born a male. Before coming out as a trans, Miss Bridges set the junior men's national record for 25 miles in 2018, 2 minutes faster than a current national record for women. Think about that. 2 minutes faster. That is a lot. But folks, since women have now spoken up, Emily Bridges is now banned from competing in that race. The first race against biological females. You see, this is the way to get it done here. You must be vocal about this. Women must speak up on this. And if women remain silent, hey, you're going to get destroyed. What else can I say? Now, however, though, the actual ruling is a bit different here. And we're going to read that now. The trans woman cyclist Emily Bridges has been blocked from participating in the British National Omnium Championship on Saturday after cycling's governing body, the UCI, ruled she was ineligible. Bridges, who set a national junior men's record over 25 miles in 2018, had been due to compete against several British Olympians, including Dame Laura Kinney in her first race in the women's category. However, the UCI ruled the 21-year-old, so this person was a biological man for 20 years. Okay. Who began hormone therapy last year to reduce her testosterone levels, was currently not compliant with its regulations, as she is still registered as a male cyclist and therefore cannot compete as a woman until her male UCI ID expires. The UCI's decision came amid a growing backlash from within the sport, with the guarding understanding that a number of female riders were talking about boycotting the event in Derby because They felt that Bridges, who was on the Great Britain Academy program as a male rider until being dropped in 2020, had an unfair advantage. You see, folks, the actual competitors were threatening to boycott. And guess what? The government body then steps in and says, oh no, you cannot compete. More of this needs to happen, folks. More of this needs to happen. You already saw here, guys, that this person ended up having a record, a junior men's national record, 2 minutes faster than any woman, and then weeks before actually won a gold in a men's event while on testosterone depression. Think about that, guys. So these women, hats off to them. They stepped up to the plate. And guess what? The governing body listened to them. More women are going to have to do this because women's sports is under attack. Hats off to these women and the governing body. I believe, folks, if the governing body didn't stop this, or if the women didn't speak out, the governing body wouldn't have did anything. And these women would have got crushed by biological man. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, hats off to these women. You have to keep fighting because if you don't fight, you're going to go down in flames. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.